It is 3:30 in the morning, August 5th, 1962. A deep silence hangs over 5th Helena Drive in Brentwood, Los Angeles. But inside one modest Spanish-style home, a rhythmic, unsettling sound echoes through the dark halls. The churning of a washing machine. An old, heavy machine working through the night, washing sheets. Just a few steps away in the bedroom, the world's most famous woman, Marilyn Monroe, lies lifeless. Her housekeeper, Eunice Murray, is not calling for help. She is not crying out in grief. She is not frozen in shock. She is simply doing laundry. In that 4-hour silence before the world found out, while the water turned in the machine, Hollywood's greatest secret was being washed away. Sergeant Jack Clemmons was the watch commander that night. The call came in at 4:25 a.m. The woman's voice on the other end was hauntingly calm. Marilyn Monroe is dead. When Clemmons arrived 15 minutes later, he saw a scene that would haunt him for the rest of his life. The door was open. Marilyn's psychiatrist and her personal physician were already there. And then there was Eunice Murray, the 60-year-old housekeeper, still scrubbing, still cleaning, while the sound of running water filled the house. Clemmons walked into the bedroom and found Marilyn's body arranged too perfectly. Face down, legs straight, arms by her side. As Clemmons would later insist, nobody dies like that. But what bothered him most wasn't the body. It was the woman in the next room, quietly doing chores in the middle of a tragedy. What was she scrubbing? What traces was she trying to erase? The official story says Eunice noticed a light under Marilyn's door around midnight. The doctors were called, a window was broken, and they found her. Yet, they waited until 4 in the morning to call the police. For hours of silence. Over the years, Eunice's story changed 3 times. First, she said it was midnight. Then, she said 3:30 a.m. Finally, in 1985, she began to mention the visitors, shadowy figures like Robert Kennedy, the Attorney General of the United States. Eunice wasn't the only one with a different story. In 1982, an ambulance driver named James Hall claimed his company arrived at the house at 1:30 a.m. He said Marilyn was still alive then, barely breathing. But a doctor intervened, told the paramedics to leave, and said he would handle it. 3 hours later, when the police finally arrived, Eunice was already washing the sheets. What was on those sheets? What was so urgent that it had to be cleaned at 3 in the morning? Eunice Murray lived another 32 years, taking her full story to the grave in 1994. In her final interview, when asked directly why she waited so long to call for help, she simply looked away and whispered, "I was following orders." Whose orders? Eunice Murray was not a villain. She was an employee in a town where powerful people protected even more powerful secrets. Hollywood in 1962 was a machine, and Marilyn Monroe was caught in its gears. Today, the phone records are gone. The autopsy samples vanished. The investigating officers' notebooks disappeared. All we are left with is the sound of that washing machine at 3:30 a.m. It washed away the evidence. It washed away the answers. But it could never wash away the tragedy of a woman who died alone, while the people paid to protect her were busy protecting someone else. This has been Quiet Legends. Some stories don't have endings. They only have questions that echo through time.